the 60. 44 were accounted for. All right? 12 were unaccounted for. They were in the building burning. And 4 were confirmed dead. All right? When I got there. You understand?
Could you guys give us a sense, maybe as much as you know, why the building might have been locked in this manner? Is that a norm?
Well, I visited the dorms on more than one occasion. At one occasion, I visited because the dorm's father asked me to make some intervention for him to the Madhya power light because there were some electrical wires that were very low in the yard. The dorms usually had at the windows, they usually had mesh, defined mesh, and then they would put boards because what the kids usually do is kick out those mesh. And they put boards just to barricade from them kicking the mesh. It was new to me when I went there last night to see those sturdy grills on the windows. And mind you, the mesh used to be only on the windows. The doors used to be free. They hadn't no grills on those doors. So it was a surprise to me when I appeared at the dorm site last night that the doors, the windows and doors, the grill, and besides that, not being grilled, it was locked. It was locked. So my first question was, if you're going to grill the windows and the doors, where is the emergency? Where when you have emergency, where does these kids go? And if you look in the photograph, when they find the bodies, everybody was at the back door. They're running to get out. And then it is alleged that the keys was another situation to get the keys to actually open the doors.
What have you learned on that front?
Pardon me?
What have you learned on that front in terms of trying to get the keys?
The keys, it was said that the keys, to get the keys to open the grill doors, the dorm's father or mother couldn't find those keys. I don't know if it's because of the confusion. I don't know what it was, but they couldn't find those keys. And it has proven that it's got to be the fact, because even to when the building burning and these guys running and the building burning and those doors, the doors that are grilled stand firm till now. Even the fire service, that's a question they're asking. Mind you, they're having a grill, but why is it that it's locked? And these kids are locked in like prisoners.
Yeah.
There was nowhere they can get out. The guys, like I said, broke the concrete and they pull out who they can pull out.
For the folks who are now joining us, we are joined by the mayor of Madhya. This is where this tragedy has unfolded, Region 8, Mayor David Adams, and we have the deputy mayor as well, Joanne Burrows, with us, giving us an update. Mr. Mayor, I may have missed it somewhere in the fog of information this morning, but do we have any sense from the fire service and the ground day police and so on, what may have started this fire?
No. That is still to be determined.
Still to be determined.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor and Deputy as well, you mentioned as you were giving us the update, there was one fire tender on the ground there. Is that a norm? Has that been the modus operandi?
Well, since the establishment of the fire department up here, all right, there has been one fire tender. Whether there are plans to have more fire tender assigned to the area, I don't know. But there's one fire tender with its component of fire servicemen.
And how many fire servicemen do you estimate are on the ground there?
They have about 9 or 10. They have enough fire servicemen to attend to that particular fire tender.
And
the strength is up to speed.
Could you give us a sense also in terms of the size of the building? that we're talking about, the girls' dormitory
It's
there.
40, it's about 40 feet by 100 feet. Flat concrete building.
Have you had a chance thus far to talk with some of the parents, maybe, of these students? What is happening on the ground currently in Madhya as regards this tragic fire?
All right. Currently, like I said, there is a delegation of ministers in Madhya. I accompanied them to the hospital when they arrived. The Prime Minister, I know, had a chat. The Prime Minister and the Minister of Education had a chat with those parents who were there. Okay. They visited the injured in the hospital, and then subsequently they left for the secondary school area. Right? I left them in order to be on this Zoom meeting with you. So the situation now is that I think they're preparing for the arrival of the president, and he has asked that all parents from the other sub-region, mind you, these kids are not kids who reside in Madhya proper. They're children that were brought to school here and are housed in the dorms, and they came from sub-region 1, which is Chinopao and these other places, and Kupinang and these other places outside of this sub-region, and from a place you call Maikobi, which is within this sub-region. All right? And they're housed there. So he has made arrangements, I understand, for those parents to be shuttled across, so he can address them when he arrives here this midday. And perhaps to console and give them what assurances the government has for them. All right, so that's the current situation on the ground right now.
In terms of what, go ahead.
The dead, they're in the mortuary. I understand that there's to make arrangement to have them, because it's a very small mortuary. I think there's arrangements to be made to have them taken to Georgetown.
Okay.
That's the current situation.
What is happening in terms of the hospital? I'm trying to get a sense and for the viewers to what exactly is happening on the ground. Is the hospital capable, for instance, with the kind of injuries coming out of the hospital, this horrific fire?
I will say they tried their best. It's the first time such a situation has arisen for the staff. And from my observation, I think they tried their best. All right?
All right. All right.
They were attended to. The injured were given their preliminary examination and bandages and so on, and transported to the airport to be transported to Georgetown. My observation is they tried their best. They, of course, the use of oxygen, they had to purchase some oxygen. You know, of course, the use of oxygen is important. So I think they acquired that from a gas station just nearby. So they cool.
All right. All right. Mr. Mayor and Deputy Mayor, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Folks, we have been talking, as you heard there, with the Mayor and Deputy Mayor of Region 8. Well, Madhya in particular, the township of Madhya. And this is David Adams and Joanne Barrows, respectfully. I want to thank both of you for stopping by and giving us this update.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us, Sherrod.
Additionally, folks, we also had a chance to talk with the leader of the opposition, leader of the People's National Congress Reform, on this very issue on our earlier program. And we just wanted to bring you some of what he would have said as it pertains to this fire. We just want to bring you some of what the leader of the opposition would have said as it concerns this fire at the Madhya Secondary School, the girls, the female dormitory there. Here's some of what the leader of the opposition said in our earlier broadcast.
He wishes to express our condolences to the families, friends, Madhya communities, as we mourn the loss of lives of our children, and to state that we are deeply saddened by the loss of lives. We wish all those that are injured a speedy recovery and express our support and gratitude to the medical, in the joint services, and others who are engaged in the process of treating the injured, helping them, and we hope that there are no more fatalities. We also wish to express gratitude to the people of Madhya who worked assiduously to rescue the children trapped in the Madhya Secondary School. Our gratitude also to the Mayor and Deputy Mayor of Madhya for their compassion and positive involvement in helping to give leadership during these trying times. We continue to keep the situation under review and will make a full statement at a later time as we demand thorough investigation into this horrific incident that has resulted in the loss of innocent young lives. Um, that statement we will issue shortly. This incident is indeed horrific. We believe that um, the Education Ministry,
Mhm.
which has safe protocols for children in school, we believe that the Public Works Ministry, which is responsible for the building code, etc., the Ministry of Health, that is responsible for having supplies, medical supplies, etc., all of them will come under scrutiny. And at the right time, we will ask the appropriate questions because we believe in the final analysis, there must be accountability for what happened here. It is our young, innocent children who believe that as a government, as a state, they were in good hands, and therefore we will ask the appropriate questions. We know for a fact that people are mourning today, and so I'm not inclined to get into the deep political and other questions that need to be asked. Today, I'm hoping that we all can be in solidarity with each other. I'm hoping that there are no more deaths. And I'm hoping that all can work together to ensure that a community of Mandya is supported. The communities in the sub-region that they're from are supported, and that we work together to ensure that nothing like this happens again. She wishes to express our condolences to the families.
That's just some of what we're following on that front. That was the leader of the opposition, leader of the PNCR, with a statement in our earlier program as it concerns this deadly fire at the Maria Secondary School, the girls' dormitory. 20 young lives have perished in that fire. And as we told you early on, the parents of those children, they're asking for justice. We're asking for justice. They're telling us that one of the, I want to make sure I capture it correctly, one of the equipment, firefighting equipment was just sent last week from Madia to Letem because there's a celebration coming up there. And that browser, they call it, which can hold 200 and I think 2,500 gallons of water. And that was one of the things that we noted. Demaro Waves put out a whole article on this, that firefighters were faced crippling water shortage in trying to combat this blaze. All that you heard out of the Deputy Mayor Joanne and the mayor there, all of you heard out of Mr. Daniel Fraser. In addition to that, crippling water shortage being noted by Demaro Waves as one of the issues, and they're telling us that this browser, which carries 2,500 gallons of water, was just last Wednesday sent to Letem to assist with preparations for the National Independence Flag raising ceremony there. Yep, that is some of what we are picking up information. And so a lot to be accounted for, folks. A lot to be accounted for, a lot to be accounted for. And, you know, one of the interesting things, again, that we saw with those parents who are protesting, one of the things we saw is do we have it? This signage that says, you know, grills and windows and doors are for prisoners. And we saw Royden Williams, Smalley, he just left Mazaruni on Friday. He just left Mazaruni on Friday with little to no resistance. And here are our innocent children trapped in a burning building. 20 of them lost their lives. 20 of them lost their lives. You know, I saw a young woman on Twitter who is from this region. She's from this region. And one of the things I noted she has said that whatever the reason for the fire, someone has to be held accountable. Someone or some group of persons have to be held accountable. 20 young people can't just lose their lives and we just go on. Is that the country we live in? Is that the country we live in? 20 young people just lost their lives and life just goes on. You know, life just goes on like that. We'd find something wrong with that. You know, we'd find something very, very wrong with that. And so, again, that was one of the observations coming out from a resident of that area, a resident of the hinterland. Whatever the reason for the fire, you know, folks got to be held accountable. We wanted to show you that all of the major news networks internationally have picked up on this story. It's not about gold and how much in the treasury and the transformational development. All of the major news networks, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, The Guardian in UK, Reuters, CBS News are carrying the story. And folks have got to be held accountable. You see, we gotta hold people accountable. So the children like prisoners and the prisoners walking around free. The prisoners walking around free. And I see one of our ardent listeners, Sandra Hanover, says it can't be business as usual. Carolyn Halley says she heard it on the news in Florida. It's in all the major international news networks. It cannot be business. And you know what? We have taken it too easy with the PPP. We have gone too easy. This is the 6th school fire under the People's Progressive Party in 3 years. In 3 years. And then getting it right. They are not getting it right. It's about time we fire the Minister of Education, man. It's about time. It cannot just be business as usual. This is the sixth fire. And I want us to try to pull up that graphic so you can see all the names of those schools. Now, this is very serious business. This is very, very, very serious business. Again, this is the 6th school in 3 years. The last being the Christchurch Secondary School. And we ain't getting better. All the major news networks, as I said, carrying this as a major story right now. It's not the goal and all this kind of stuff we've been trying to sell. It's not all that stuff. The diamond and the bauxite and all these transformational things they want to force down our throats. Because like we ain't getting it. Right? We ain't getting it. They alone getting it. They alone getting it. They alone getting it. And we saw some of our students showing solidarity with these students who would have lost their lives there at the Maria Secondary School Girls Dormitory. For instance, we see the students at St. Joseph's High School. They have a board of condolences and they're, making little notes there. It's a tremendously sad day in the history of our nation. And folks, I'm only talking to you about 6 school fires. There've been other fires. Don't we talk about Fire Nation? The whole Brickdam police station headquarters went up in flames. Has anybody been held accountable to date for that? But we keep giving the PPP a free pass. We keep giving the PPP a free pass. A free pass. We keep giving them a free pass. And this is the reality. This is madness. This is madness. How much more could one country take? Last week, a major jailbreak on their watch. A major jailbreak on their watch. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with this. How much more? Guyanese at home and abroad. To thine own self be true. How much more? How much more? How much more? When is your children and my own, perhaps? How much more? Simple question. How much more? I don't know about you, but I'm fed up. I'm fed up being fed up. Fed up being fed up. That's where I am. Fed up being fed up. How many more? How many more? I was telling you, this is our 6th school fire as a nation in 3 years. Chase Academy, August 2020. North Ramveld Multilateral School. That school is now being rebuilt. Now, after tremendous pressure. June 2021, the North Ramveld Multilateral School went up in flames. September 2021, the Northwest Secondary School in Mabaruma. July 2022, St. George's High School. January of this year, the Christchurch Secondary School. January of this year. January of this year. Now we have the Madia Secondary School, the girls' dormitory. May 2023. That's the facts. That's the facts. And that is just schools. The entire Brickdam police station was razed to the ground. The fire station around the corner. Now they're moving the fire station and carrying it further. Father have his mercies. The fire station was less than 5 minutes away. Now they're moving it and carrying it much further now. It's the facts, folks. You might not like it, but it's the facts. And facts are stubborn things. It's the facts. Chase Academy, North Ramveld Multilateral, Northwest, St. George's, Christchurch, Maria is the facts. Families lost sons and daughters in this fire. I saw a mother inconsolable. She lost twins. And you heard Deputy Mayor of Madia told us, Deputy Mayor of Madia, Joanne Burrows, is trying to get the name correct. She heard screams and could see children being burnt alive. You think you're going to forget it tomorrow for flag raising? What is the point? What is the point of us having all of this money, all of this wealth, if it ain't doing nothing for us? What is the point of it? It's like the more money we get, is it more dotish? Is it more punishment? What is the point, Jack Dio? What is the point, Irfan Ali? What is the point, Priya Manik Chan? What are you going to tell these people, children? How this place lock up more tight than Mazaruni prison? What are you going to go and tell these people, children, why the dorms lock up more tight than Mazaruni prison? What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? Which minister will do the honorable thing and resign? Huh? Will it be Robeson Ben? Will it be Priya Manik Chan? So you tell me we are going to lose 20 children and life just goes on. Life just goes on. That's what you're going to tell us. And I'm talking to you, members of the public. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So that more children got to write on more blackboards and so on. Is that what we're going to do? Folks, I think we see all we need to see with this regime. That is the dormitory. As daylight descended on Madia, I saw some of these guys. I don't even want to show the pictures. Prime Minister Mark Phillips in the char remain of the buildings. What are you doing there? Have the forensic people gone through there as yet? What are you doing there? What are you doing there? They don't miss a moment for a photo op. Lives perish in that building. An investigation needs to be carried out. They're walking through the whole thing, probably contaminating the scene. 6 schools in under 3 years. 6 schools. 6 schools. I saw Irfan at Ogle. We showed the footage. At one point, Irfan telling somebody, are you the RHO or the ROHO, Regional Health Officer, the RHO? Go there. I mean, that's what has to happen in this country. They don't like systems. They don't like systems. And a whole pack of them going to go pack up, they're doing nothing. What are you going to tell those people about how we lost their children? What are we going to tell those people about how we lost their children, what are we going to tell them? What are we going to tell them? Hmm? What are we going to tell them? Priya Manikchan, at this point, has to do the honorable thing. Has to do the honorable thing. We lost 20 children on her watch. How many buildings have we lost on Ropes and Ben's watch? Both of them should resign. Both of them should resign. We have had the most fires in this nation's history under this administration. And in the last 3 years, it has been fire after unrelenting every day. This will probably be the worst in our nation's history. And you tell me no head ain't gonna roll? It should begin with the Minister of Public Security, because he has purview over the fire service, and all this gun, he and browser gone there, and all kinds of foolishness. Fire tenders being used to wash down the road for local government election. And when the real purpose comes for them to be used, you find them wanting. When the real purpose for them to step up, right? Look out for it. You can see Robeson inspecting next week. By next week time, photo ops, he inspecting the fire service operations in Madia. Look out for the photo ops. You can see some fire servicemen line up and he inspecting the guard. But when it comes real time for them to step up, they're not protecting our people. A set of fancy talks. Oh, transformational development. But when you really need them, they're there. Oh, look at what is happening. You think the parents that grieving here came with big building and wharf and all of that? Yeah? And we know they don't care about us. We only got to look to the Exxon Mobil decision out of the High Court. How they're fighting for Exxon. How they're fighting for Exxon. They talk about how much they love and they care. But this is the reality. We only got ourselves in all of this. We only got ourselves in all of this. We only got ourselves. I don't talk what I had to talk. Who vex? I don't say what I have.
All right. Sorry about that. That's Below the Belt with Jared Duncan. You say you don't talk, you don't talk. That is true. People are just tired of talking and talking. And who vex? It's a sad day for Guyana. It's all over the world now. BBC, CNN, you name it, Reuters, all over. Channel 7 news, television news in New York City. It's just all over. And people are crying out for justice. And while people are crying out for justice, these vagabonds in the PPP, and I say vagabonds in the PPP, are lying to the citizens, and they rushed in now to talk. All of them, you don't see them at the press conference for the prisoner that was allowed to walk through and just walk away, jumped in a river with shackles and handcuffs. No press conference from the police force, no press conference from Irfan Ali, no press conference from the press conference queen, Bara Jagdeo, nothing of the sort, nothing. But they rushed into Madhya right now, a tongue that they have neglected, a tongue that they want nothing to do with, and a tongue that they continue to neglect in every way, shape, and form. And it's really a sad situation what is happening in that entire country. That you have a regime that doesn't care, a regime that doesn't care about its citizens, a regime that goes on the side of a multi-billion-dollar company such as Exxon, to stand on the side with Exxon over being on the side of the Guyanese people as it pertains to insurance. Insurance to safeguard the lives of the citizens of that country. The PPP has sided with Exxon Mobil. The PPP has sided with Venezuela. When Jagdeo wanted to give a piece of Essequibo to Venezuela so that the Jagdeo, the PPP, and Venezuela can work the oil fields and share the money. And suddenly they hop into all the way they are right now in Madhya. The people should have chased them out of Madhya. They're in Madhya right now. They just held a press conference for about 14 minutes, lying to the people, shedding crocodile tears when billions of dollars given to the Ministry of Education, your hard-earned money. They give about $300 million for a school in Linden over 2 years now. Not even a classroom was built. They give it to their friends and cronies, Kashif and Shanghai and others, their friends and cronies, depriving the township of Linden, depriving young people of a school. That's what they do with your money. That is what they do with taxpayers' money. Look, $9 to $4.4 billion in the 2023 budget. Ask Priya Manikchan where they put that money. Where is that money? Schools are burning down, Christchurch, you name it. All over we're seeing these things. And it is not like they haven't been warned about this situation with the dorm. That you have a dorm about 100 feet, 40 feet, or whatever it is, with over 60 students. Why? Is it because they are of Amerindian descent? Is indigenous Sari descent? Is that what it's about? That they feel that you could just take these young people and dash them all in a room? Dash them to sit down, lay down maybe flat on the ground with a thin mattress and all these different things? Is that what this is about? I want to hear the lies and the propaganda from these folks right now. Let's hear what Irfan Ali, Mark Phillips, and Robeson Ben, these demons, let's hear from them and their propaganda. Yeah, we're trying to get it. Hopefully our operator can get the tape moving for us so that you can hear, so that you can listen to the propaganda by these guys. It is as though demonic forces have just landed once again in Guyana. The demons are out in full force, full swing. And we see it every single day. Not sure what's happening with the recording for the press conference, but it is good to hear what they have to say. We already know that they don't have anything constructive to say, but hopefully we'll get the tape up and running. Please just bear with us. The meeting didn't go well. They had to end it abruptly because parents are upset. Parents do not want to hear anything from Irfan Ali. They do not want to hear anything from Mark Phillips. They just do not want to hear anything from these Lagu Bagus, these demonic forces. We're still trying to get to that press conference, sorry. It's all about looking nice, sounding nice. Look Robeson then, smiling. Shame, shame, shame. They whispered into the people's ears, I'm sure about, oh, don't worry, that they're going to take care of the funerals. They're going to give them money for caskets. They're going to give them some pocket change. I'm sure they would have whispered to the people in order to have them remain quiet. You see Jerry Gopaya there. He's supposed to be the National Security Advisor. We see the acting Commissioner of Police there. We see the newly installed Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force. We see puppet and house slave Mark Phillips there. You see the installed incompetent DUNS president, Irfan Ali, and of course, Robeson sailing Ben. They're just reading what's happening on Facebook, who's probably liking them, who's not liking them. You see Pauline Sukai there. I think that's her. That's the woman who used millions of your taxpayers' money to do her teeth. So these are the people. They're not concerned. They don't care about our youths. They don't care about citizens. But yet they're all going to congregate together. They're going to rush in, right in there, pretending that they care. Some of them are going to cry. I haven't seen the press conference. This is the first time. But just look at the act. Look at how Irfan is going to act now, as though he cares. She's going to probably cry. Well, when I say she, I make reference to she as Yamanik Chan. They're going to cry crocodile tears. They can't get their act together. Just rounding people up so that people can go and they brainwash the people. That is what this is about. This is not about caring about what has happened. This is about repairing their image now. They want to repair their image, their negligence. Head has got to roll. 20-something young people died as a result of the negligence of this corrupt, racist installed regime. That is what it is about. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't know what sort of problems we're having with the recording. Sorry. But let us hope that we'll get. Sorry, let's see what's happening here with the volume. Lower your heads and reflect in prayers and thoughts on these beautiful souls. Sorry about that. This is unacceptable. Suddenly, this guy wants to let us bow our heads. And look, guys, this is not a gimmick. This is nothing to laugh about. But just imagine this guy now jumps up there, wants sympathy, and saying, "Let us bow our heads and pray." He doesn't care about these people. It is just basically to repair whatever damage, whatever is left of the PPP. It's a damage control event. That is what it's about. This is the guy. Let me, before I allow you guys to hear him, show you the real Irfan Ali. This is not Irfan. This is fake. This is crocodile tears. This is the real Irfan.
Mr. Watts, he's armed himself. Shots, watch it, tear gas. Live rounds, also I can see that.
But since my cousin there, no, you come on the East Coast.
You listen to me.
Right? No, you come on the East Coast.
You listen to me.
You gotta listen to me too, man.
I am listening to
Right? Now, I see you on the East Coast. The day when they get a protest of them, the next day, that's when you see one bigger heads come up to talk to my family. Right? And that's bad. If we didn't do a protest, we want to see nobody for justice. You see? I'm not holding back nothing. I'm not holding back nothing. I just need justice for my family. I get visitors all of a sudden. All of a sudden, This is Joker. Who is that Joker? That piece of plum. They know who to deal with, you know.
So you heard there, you saw there, they know who they're dealing with. Them in this body is a joker, this body is a clown, and all the people were crying out for there is justice. But now he rushed out there in Madhya to repair whatever the little image is that they left within the PPP, the damage that they have done to that entire nation. And more so, they are responsible for the 20 lives lost. These young people that they have neglected. They never knew that putting 60 plus persons in a little clumpy area with no proper water system with what is it, mesh and grill bars and all these sort of things. Look, I've had my days at Camp Street, and Camp Street was bad where I was. And this makes me feel as though where these kids were probably worse than Camp Street as it pertains to all of the iron bars and no exit, and then you lock them there with a big key, and then you wait until whoever the mother is to come and open up them so that they can go and graze. You lock them up, you push food in a little saucepan for them, some of them sleeping on the ground and all manner of things. You ain't care about them. Now, because you are responsible, you, Irfan Ali, the Ministry of Education, Priya Manikchan, and all of these pakus in the PPP are responsible for these 20 plus persons' deaths. And now they rush into Madhya pretending as though they care, that they love these people. Yet they have neglected these people. They prefer to give hundreds of millions of dollars to their friends and cronies, the Mohammeds, the Kashib, the Shanghai, and all of these people. Hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, but nothing to look after our young people. Absolutely nothing. Let's hear what he's talking about prayers. Let's hear the fake prayer and the crocodile tears from the installed presidents.
Their families.
Silent. All he's thinking about his
Thank you very
money,
much.
his friends and cronies.
We pray that God grant, please, you can have your seat. Pray that God grant souls of those who we have lost eternal rest. We pray that faith, patience, and love be with the family members. We pray that the mercies of God help those who are hospitalized so that they can have full recovery. My dear citizens, this morning I'm here after we launched a national scale response. From the time we received the first call last night, that response incorporated the Guyana Fire Service, the regional authorities, the entire medical infrastructure, Guyana Defense Force, Guyana Police Force, the CDC, the cabinet, and members of the private sector, especially our pilots. Although the weather was difficult, we mobilized every conceivable piece of asset we had to deploy to this area. Sadly, it was not enough to save 19 children. At this time,
Fake.
we're going to deal primarily with the parents, family members. There will be a detailed statement from all the agencies after this meeting. I ask all of us this morning to be kind to the family members.
And you guys weren't kind to those
Let us give the
students.
family members an opportunity.
You guys neglected those
Talk to us.
students. Come on. BS. Hypocrisy.
I want to assure you
Damage
all of
control. Damage control. That is what it's
that
about.
no effort will be spared. Every conceivable help, every conceivable assistance, every
Notice he's talking about efforts now and help now. Efforts now and help now, and nothing will be spared, and this and that. They weren't concerned about the living conditions of those young people. They weren't concerned about the future of those young people. They weren't concerned that those young people were living like caged animals. They weren't concerned that those young people were stuffed into a small building, 60 plus of them, and had to survive from afternoon until the next morning. They weren't concerned whether the shower, one shower, two showers were working. They weren't concerned whether the building was air conditioned. They weren't concerned whether the toilets were flushing. They weren't concerned about whether those young people were eating healthy meals. They weren't concerned about whether those young people were given access and transportation to go spend a weekend with their loved ones or holidays with their loved ones. They weren't concerned about that at all. Now they're dead. 20 or so of them are dead. Many of them are injured. And suddenly, this president wants to tell us, wants to tell the parents, the grieving parents and relatives and friends and colleagues of those young people that they care, that this PPP installed regime cares about you. Irfan Ali wants to lie to the people that he cares about them. No, he doesn't. He cares about the billions of dollars being handed out to his friends and cronies for contracts, almost $1 billion to his friends, Azruddin Mohammed and others, to build some fire headquarters in Georgetown. His friends, Kashif and Shanghai and others, to build a school for almost $300 million that 2 years now are not even a classroom. Shame on these vagabonds. Shame on these criminals. But yet he has the audacity to stand there with his crocodile tears and this fake personality to give the impression to those mourning parents, relatives, friends, and siblings of those individuals who were killed in that fire as a result of negligence by Irfan Ali's installed PPP regime. Shame on Priya Manik-Chan. Look at her sitting there running through her text messages, probably looking on Facebook to see how many likes and how many sympathy she feels that this is about her, you know. So people must hug and tell she, oh, we love you. That is what it is about with these demons.
Conceivable action that is required of the government, we will do, we will support, and we will ensure that we are with you not only today, but through this difficult path ahead. We responded in a fulsome way, and we're here, and we want you to know that all of our country, every single citizen of this country, and even those around the world, are with all of us in prayers and thoughts this morning. The investigations are ongoing. There's some initial report that will be given in a detailed statement. We're going to have full engagement. We're still awaiting some of the parents. Full engagement with all the parents. We're deploying full-time counseling service, additional counseling service to the regional hospital. We have already made arrangement for those who will be discharged to be accommodated, properly accommodated with their parents. We have made a
Forget about that. Look, all the things they're going to do now, all the money they're going to spend now, the millions upon millions of dollars. But you ask them, you ask Priya Manik-Chan, if they would have given $2 million or $5 million, $5 million for more beds for that place, for better water system in that dorm, for air condition for that dorm, for a proper fridge, for a proper stove, for proper meals for them to eat. Just imagine if they did that. They didn't. But now they're going to get all of the parents in. They're going to get all of them together. They're going to get a massive investigation that would cost millions upon millions of dollars. All these things they are going to get. No water. Somebody say 2-inch water pipe to bring water from the pump. No proper pump. Nothing at all. Look, the truth of the matter is, this president that's standing there does not care about those people. Never did, never will. This, what you're seeing right now, is what is called damage control. They are injured. And don't tell me that I am sitting here in order to gain political points. No, there's no political points in this. The PPP has neglected those young people, just as they are doing throughout the country. They don't give a damn about people. It's all about a hustle for them. Hustle and hustle and hustle and hustle. That is what it's about, to give monies and contracts to their friends and cronies. So I don't buy this crocodile tears that's coming from Irfan Ali or Priya Manik Chan or Mark Phillips or Pauline, Million Dollar Teet Sukai, or Robeson Ben, or the current installed chief of staff of the Guyana Defense Force. No, I don't buy this crap from them. But let's listen to the crap still to identify and expose their hypocrisy.
Now, on ensuring that full medical teams are available throughout the process ahead. We're also working on putting together full counseling team for all the children, for members of the community, and also in the communities that the children came from. These are all things that we have already started, and action we've already started to take at this moment. For the residents who are here, I understand your pain, I understand our collective pain and our collective sorrow. But I'm asking if we can give some opportunity before we have the full engagement of everyone. If you can allow us a full opportunity with their family members.
They just want an opportunity to swar the family members at this time. And this is what they're going to go to and say. They are going to basically say to the family, they're going to hug. You're going to see pictures with Priya hugging family members, Irfan Ali hugging family members, and this sad kind of thing on their faces. You will see all of that. They're already planning. They're actors. They're not really good actors and actresses, right? But that is what they're going to do. The photographs mean more to them than anything else. You see Priya Manikchan watching there? She's watching because she's a photo op queen. And you know, we can identify those who love to take photographs, right? We know who those people are. Priya Manikchan is one of them. She's looking around in the area to know who she's going to take picture with, what facial expression she's going to make, how far the tear is going to go on this eye, the left eye, the right eye, all these things. That is what she's planning there right now. She's not concerned about the parents. She's not concerned about the grieving parents, relatives, and friends. These people are not concerned about that at all. None of them at that head table. Absolutely none of them. None of them is concerned about that. None. So let's head back and hear what the president has to say.
The parents and the caregivers. After which we'll give everyone an opportunity to say what they want to say and to raise whatever concern they want to raise. Is that okay with everyone? So if we just have the medical personnel, the officials, the regional officials, and the family members for a brief moment, and then everyone else will join in the meeting. Please, very kindly. Thank you.
Medical personnel with the parents, and then a brief moment for them to talk and for them to swear and for them to sweet talk that that they're going to cover the funeral expenses, they're going to cover the wake, they're going to do all these. Suddenly they care about these people. The kids are dead. 20 or so of them are dead. And suddenly, they care about them and the photographs. Come, take some photographs. Take some photographs. Snap some photographs as quickly as possible, because that is all they are concerned about. Take a look at how these kids are perished as a result of these people that you're watching there, as a result of Irfan Ali, the Ministry of Education, Priya Manik-Chan, the fire service. They don't even billions of dollars for the fire service, but look at what happened. No proper fire service there in the tongue of Madhya. A beautiful tongue. Look and take a look at where the fire service is also. They don't pay the firemen and the firewomen properly. They have no proper equipment. Their equipment are not maintained properly. all these manner of things, because they have a bunch of incompetent individuals there, incompetent and controversial and possibly corrupt officials from the permanent secretary, possibly corrupt, mind you, because remember what is hanging over the ministry's head is that phone that was confiscated by U.S. authority. But we're not hearing anything from the PS. We're not hearing anything. One controversy to the next. Robeson Ben should be removed from office. Right now, look, Guyana is soft, you know. And what we find is a lot of talking on social media. Lots of talking on social media. Crocodile tears. On the ground, nobody wants to bail the cat. There should have been thousands of people. I know somebody go, oh, Mark, why you don't come to Guyana? Why you doing this? Look, I've been there, done that. And had I been in Guyana, trust me, I would have rallied, get people around to go right now in front Robeson Ben's office. Go right now in front Priya Manik Chan's office and call for their resignation. Demand their resignation. Any other country, you would have seen tens of thousands of people protesting right now, shutting the country down. But no, not in Guyana. Not in Guyana. Not in Guyana. Look at what happened in Israel not so long ago. One comment from the ministry, the minister of defense, or one of the ministers. One comment about taking control of the judiciary. One comment, and look what happened. In Guyana, look what has happened. 20 plus kids, I believe, or 20 kids, so many injured, and nothing, not a protest. All you get is some of those lazy members of the opposition, some of them, not all, maybe one or two of them, heaping praises. Oh, they like how the government, they like how they have responded to this. Oh, they like how Jerry Govaya, it's a personal thing for these people. You know, some of these pakus, some of these lagu bagus in the opposition, parading themselves as members of parliament. Look at how these kids perished.
That guy was dead about Rose boy. What the boy? Selassie boy. Selassie boy. Rose girl boy. All in girl get one up boy. Chile boy. There's gas. Well, how do we got to them continue yard boy? We go over them peep boy.
Again, before I go, do not buy into anything this installed PPP regime is saying about this incident. Do not buy into anything at all. From one to the next. From one to the next. Sorry, that's another situation. Every single day, this is what we're seeing. Every single day. Local government elections is around the corner. I hope you guys send that message. Enough is enough of the PPP. Enough is enough. Shame on the PPP. Next week is Independence celebration. I hope there's no celebration. Now is not time to party and sport up. Things are not regular in Guyana. Dark days are with us. Dark days are throughout the entire Guyana. If it is not GPL, it is some death every single day, blood shedding in the country. Maybe that's why they love to give people red. Give them red. Take the red and go. Take the red and go. And then you have this president saying Guyana is a beautiful place. But not under the PPP regime.
Guyana really nice. Guyana, it's a nice place.
Really? Let me see a couple of your comments before I go. Yeah, we don't have time for individuals who just don't know what to comment or what to say, but lots of them. But I'll be back this evening, guys. I'll be back this evening. Do not buy into anything these corrupt individuals in the PPP regime have to say. Do not buy into anything at all. Nothing at all. They're making no sense. Our condolences to the relatives and friends and the parents of these young ones who have lost their lives. Condolences to the entire family. And as we continue to mourn for the entire tongue of Madhya, the entire Guyana, we mourn for those young ones who died, should not have died if the PPP did what was right, but they've ignored those young people as they continue to ignore other young people who are living in dorms throughout the country, probably under far worse conditions than these young people who lost their lives. The teachers, check out how the teachers are living. Check out the doctors' quarters. Check out young people throughout this country, throughout the US, throughout Guyana, how they're living under the PPPC regime. Shame on the PPP. Shame on Irfan. Shame on Robeson Ben. Shame on Priya Manichan. I'll see you guys later. Guyana deserves better. Guyanese deserve better. Can we do better? Yes. But your vote matters. Your vote matters. Make it matter. On June 12th, as you go out to vote for the local government elections, chase these PPP folks away. Chase them out of your community. Not in a violent way, but chase them out. See you guys later.